Good morning.
Good morning.
Does he sleep with our camera?
He does sleep with the camera.
Wow, I found beautiful sunbathing maidens on my front porch as I came out this morning. It's pretty amazing. But we're here on the East Cape and the waves are looking pretty nice. I gotta go for a paddle. I gotta get some surfs in. I couldn't think of a better place to do it. Now I'm ready to get in the water. East Cape has some really cool spots to camp in your van. There's a ton of people down here camping on the beach. Well, if you can't have waves, you can have whales. They're jumping around out here doing their whale thing. All right, we're about out of fuel. We've run it down a little further than I'm normally comfortable with, and we hit the gas station no problem, but we're here. They have diesel, but check this out. There is at least, 12-car line over there just for gasoline. We're waiting for diesel, and the attendant said that they won't have any for 20 or 30 minutes. So I guess we just sit here and wait. I'm not really sure how this works. Our Google Maps shows that there is a gas station further down, but I'm seeing tons of people coming from that direction here and jumping right in this really long gas line. So I don't know if that same gas station is having a problem as well. This is the first time in, 2.5 weeks of being in Baja that we've not just driven up to the gas station and gotten diesel right away, no problem. So all the locals seem to just be kicking back in their cars and relaxing and waiting. Maybe that's just what we need to do too. We do have a full reserve tank in our 28-gallon Agile Offroad reserve tank, but I've been trying not to dip into that too much down here and save that for an actual emergency. Maybe this is the emergency. Maybe this is the time to use it. I think we're just going to be patient and hang out here a little bit and see if they get the pumps back on, and then we'll go from there. All right, just like they said, 15 minutes, pumps are back on, and we're getting filled up. So we're just on a little different time here, and that is actually great. Okay, so we came to this purificata station to get fresh water, right? Like we have been doing this whole trip. They don't have ways for us to hook a hose up though to get it into our van. So this time we have bought one of their big jugs full of water that's really common. That's how most people get water around here. And we are gonna pump it out of the bottle into the van and do it this method. This should just be a little bit slower, but it'll get us the same results. Ooh, muy heavy. I brought a short hose for this so I can actually pump out of these things. I kind of knew that might be a thing. So I just got to dig it out of my owl box. Here's my 4-foot hose. This will allow me to hopefully siphon water using the water pump in the van to then suck the water out of this big jug and into our tank. We'll probably have to do this a couple of times to get the tank full, but it shouldn't be a problem. So the only thing I'm not sure of is if this yellow fitting will fit down the neck of this jug. If it doesn't, I'm gonna just cut this off, but hopefully I can leave it on. I've just got to remove this cap. It's actually a great bottle, look at there. Goes right in. We are siphoning water and you can see it. This is kind of cool. It's working pretty good. We're almost halfway through the bottle and it's just taken a minute or two. So I think this is a pretty viable way to get water into our Revel if we can't physically attach a hose to it. All right, there it is. It took 2 of these jugs and we went from, our gauge was saying 2/3 full, and now it's clearly full because it's overflowing. This is a great way to do this. You can use these jugs that are readily available down here. Every little town has a place where you can get water and you can get them in these jugs. Now we know not everyone has a place where we can hook up a hose, but even if you can't, just bring a 4-foot chunk of hose and plan to just siphon it out of these big bottles. So Cabo Pulmo is a national park in Mexico, and it's an underwater national park. This is supposedly one of the best places to go snorkeling or scuba diving in all of Mexico. So we're here. We're actually parked right outside of the park boundary because you can't camp inside of the park, but there's tons of great places to camp right here on the beach, and the park is literally just right there. This place is beautiful regardless of if you're below or above the water. We have a major tire malfunction. All right, long story. I've had a weird valve stem on my left side and the tires got rotated, so it's been on front and back. When I go to reinflate my tires, it was like it was restricted and it wouldn't let the air in as fast as any of the other tires. So I think I had a sticky, faulty valve stem core. So I replaced the valve stem core, but when I did, it went in there all wonky and got stuck, and now I just had to work for the last 20 minutes to get it out. And now I'm digging through my bag and I'm gonna get another valve stem. I carry usually 3 or 4 extra valve stems with us just because something as simple as this can shut down your whole trip, especially if you have it happen twice and it messes up your spare. So I'm getting ready to get a new one of these out of my bag. I just gotta find it, it's kind of buried in here. And I'm gonna put it in the old tire and hopefully it's gonna air up just like normal and we're gonna be back on the way. Aha, valve stems. I will carry typically, like I said, 4 of these. Sometimes I just carry the cores, but this is really nice thing because if you damage one or ruin one, then you've got one. You could put this out on the field, but you probably just take it to a tire shop. chances are they'll have one too, but I just like making sure I have my bases covered. Okay, so I'm gonna use this ARB Easy Deflate tool, which actually also works as a great, easy way to remove a valve stem from a core. Let's see. So it just screws on. And then this little plunger goes in and will actually remove the valve core. I'm going to take this valve core out and put it on the wheel that has a flat. So let's see here. And I got to be really careful here because I am in sand and little rocks. Drop this thing, I might not be able to find it. I don't have an infinite supply of them, but there it is. This is the core. And like I say, it's just going to go in there, and then I'm going to put it in this other stem. I'm going to pull this plunger. It drops in. And now I can just screw this onto my existing valve stem. And then as I slide this in, it's going to slide that core in. And I can feel it kind of seat. And I'm actually going to screw it backwards a couple of turns and try not to cross thread it in there. And there it is. I can feel it snugging up. I'm gonna now pull this off, and now there's a brand new valve core in there. All right, now we're gonna air it up and see if it holds air. Our problem just got a little more complicated. It seems that the bead of the tire is off the rim in the back because we're kind of parked on this hill, and that's where it happened to go flat. I was hoping to do this whole process without losing all the air in the tire, but when I had that second little malfunction and the stem got stuck in there, it ended up losing all the air. So I think now I'm gonna have to jack the van up, and we'll see if that'll seat it on the bead a little bit better, and it'll hopefully accept air and everything will go like it's supposed to. I guess you're not really overlanding until somebody's underneath their vehicle in the sand trying to fix something. It's just part of the experience. Try to get my jack seated nice and level in this sand. Okay. Oh, it looks like it's accepting air. I can see the tire inflating. It's gonna pop it back on the bead all the way. It was just barely off. But it looks like it is accepting air now. Once I got some weight off the tire, it popped back onto the rim like it's supposed to, and it's holding air now. So now I'm just gonna get a little more in it, and then my jack will come right out really easy, and off we go, hopefully. The tire held air at that point once we got a little weight off the tire. And now we're putting away the air down kit. And I think we're ready to drive. Wow, that just took about 45 minutes, way longer than it should have. But we got the same outcome. We're heading on down the road. Let's hit it. All right, we've made it to San Jose del Cabo, which is one of the very southern towns here, and it definitely feels like we are back in California or something. This has much more American kind of feel. This is definitely a tourist town, so we're gonna check it out though. Very different than the dusty little Baja towns we've been in the last month. Okay, so no matter if you're in a really authentic little dusty central Baja town or down here in Cabo, you still gotta have the tacos. So we're going in a place called Seafood Tacos, and we're gonna check it out. Should be really good. It's gonna cost a little more though. This is a shrimp wrapped in bacon with cheese, and it's fried taco that is really incredible. And then I also have a more traditional fish taco. Kathy's got.
I have the same thing you just had, but the waitress took me over and showed me the salsa bar and how to prepare this one so that it is like primo.
Pretty awesome food. You can just eat your way down Baja and be very happy. It's pretty amazing. Hey, I'd love to hear some of your ideas. Please leave anything you'd like to see or questions you'd like to ask us in the comments down below. That helps give us ideas for future videos. And we really want to do videos that mean a lot to you and that are impactful to you. Thank you guys for being a part of our channel. It really means a lot. And much thanks to our Patreon and Super Thanks supporters. That type of support really helps us go on the next adventure and bring these type of adventures to you. So for now, we're gonna sign out, but I hope I see you somewhere over the horizon. See you next time.